And we are back, folks. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more professional video game talk, aka esports talk. My name is Jake. What's your name? That's very cool. Today we have a great talking point and somewhat of a debate out there brought to light a few days back by Dr. Disrespect himself. I do apologize for being late on this, guys. As you probably know by now, a lot of videos go up, a lot of news is happening and continues to happen. I just want to quickly thank all of you guys who are sticking around because I really do think the future is going to be quite insane. So why not have a great talking point out there about esports versus professional video game players? A tweet by Doc himself now going a bit viral and sparking a bit of a debate, and I'm curious, as always, what you guys think about this one. As he stated, "You're not an esport gamer, you're a professional video game player. I'll always be right about this. The word esport is a nerdy, lazy approach that can always be reverted at any time if we choose to do so." And I'll be honest, guys, right away, I think he's actually right for the most part. The back half, where he calls it nerdy and lazy, I don't know why that was necessary. And again, this is all for good fun, right? No hard feelings either way about this, but it's been kind of a notion and debate in the past of why we actually call esports, right? The word esport has been in debate for some time. People don't even know how to spell the word yet, right? We got capital S's, capital E's, we got dashes in there. My mom doesn't even know how to spell esports at all entirely, let alone all of that stuff. So you guys, of course, can leave your comments down below how you spell esports, because I know how I do. Yeah. And speak of the devil, though, when it comes for this, I've never called anyone a professional esport player. So I actually will side with Doc on this. When I refer to any players out there, I refer to them with their individual esports. So the notion he is making is when you see an NBA player or an NFL player, you don't go up and say, "You're that professional sport player." And the same, I would say, goes for esports out there. When I look at Sabrosa, I go, that is a CSGO pro, or Valorant pro, right? And then the point does stand. Whatever individual esport they play, that's how I refer to people, and I think that's the point he is trying to make. Now, when it pertains to, obviously, the wider grasp of things, that's why I look for some responses like that of Fwiz, head of YouTube Gaming. If you don't know, I think he sums it up quite nicely. As Fwiz goes, with this terminology, it's tough to parse out a YouTuber that plays games for a living versus a player that earns their income playing video games at a professional tournament level. I think the stigma around the term esports will decrease with future generations too. And that would be my main thing, because professional video game player, yeah, there has to be a differentiation between those, I guess you could say, streamers or content creators who play at a top level but not the pro level, and that's where this debate gets a bit confusing, right? Of course, we are esports talk. I'm not gonna lie, guys, gaming talk would actually be a more accurate title for this channel, but hey, we're not throwing stones today. And when I refer to these, I think actually someone like Nameless has a great response as well. I definitely have categories for people I cover, whether they be streamers, content creators, or pro players. There's certainly a difference between all three of those. It does get a bit hairy here and there because especially with the rise of Fortnite, we saw some content creators also competing at a pretty close to pro level, so that differentiation was pretty tough. But when referring to all of these professional video games, I do say esports. So I don't really know where we go from here. In fact, I don't know if this debate ever ends, because I agree with Doc. I've never called anyone a professional esports player, but when referring to the scope, the wider scope of all of these video games at the top level, to me, they are still esports. I don't think individual esports are big enough yet to then start referring to them otherwise individually. I think we need to scope them as a whole, because the NFL is large, the NBA is large. I would say individual esports aren't quite that big yet, unless you're like a League of Legends or a CSGO, and that's why I generally scope in the esports terminology. Is any of this making sense? Like, where do we go from here? Either way, Doc making a controversial statement. I'm gonna keep on parsing it up, guys. We got streamers, we got content creators, and then we got esports pros or professional video game players. No hard feelings either way. I think this debate will continue on into the future. Will esports, the terminology for esports, will the term esports ever go away? I don't know, because from the ground up, that is what they were built around. So yeah, esports talk is now professional video game talk. Frick. Until next time, take care. Drink that wa, drink that ka. I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon. Take care.